East Tennessee PBS Scholars Bowl has been brought to you by Pellissippi State Community College, Pet Safe, with help from Knox News, and by viewers like you. Thank you.
Today, 2 area high schools compete for the academic championship of our viewing area. This is East Tennessee PBS Scholars Bowl.
This is East Tennessee PBS Scholars Bowl 2018. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy, one of your hosts for this year's Scholars Bowl in its 34th year on East Tennessee PBS, with 58 teams competing for the Frank Miller Memorial Trophy. One of those teams is Science Hill High School. Actually, 2 of those teams you'll see in the competition today. They're playing against Unicoi County High School. This is a second-round game. Both of these teams have already won a game to get here today, so we're excited for a big high-scoring game on Scholars Bowl. Let's start by meeting the players from Science Hill, starting with Rose O'Leary, whose favorite class is Spanish, and she's also in chorus. What type of stuff do you like to sing in chorus?
Well, we just had Fall Fest, and we sang Vogue by Madonna.
Wow, back last fall you sang. That's very nice. All right. Silas Wang is in chair number 2. We know that his favorite subject is social studies. And what is it about social studies that you love?
I guess I like studying war, like in battles.
Okay. You do learn a lot about leadership and many other things in those situations. Absolutely right. The team captain for Science Hill is Sunny Wheeler, and she's president of the Beta Club, attended the Spelling Bee, and was here last year on Scholars Bowl. So based on past experience, what categories do you most look forward to answering?
I don't know, the spelling one.
You do, yeah, you do well on spelling, okay. Because you did compete, of course, in the National Spelling Bee. And then, last but not least, we've got Charlotte Borsos with us today for Science Hill. You're an equestrian and an Air Force brat. Yeah. So what's the name of your horse?
Nakoma.
Nakoma, all right. And where do you ride?
I ride at Hat Creek Farms.
And that's somewhere near Johnson City then?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. You guys have some alternates as well. Let's meet the alternates for Science Hill. We've got Matthew Burton and T-Lock Brombot, and they're joined by their coaches, Michael Laviano and Dr. Tom Beer. So maybe we'll see one of those players in the second half of the game against Unicoi County High School. And we'll start by meeting the gentlemen in their matching bow ties. First up is Luke White, who's an avid health nut and a trivia buff. Now, you can win prizes doing trivia besides Scholars Bowl. Where do you compete, or what do you do with trivia?
Don't you say it.
No. Go ahead. Your partner's whispering something to you. What is he saying? I'm hearing Garrett say, don't you say it, don't you say it. So I want to hear it. What is it?
Trivia crack, baby.
That's the name of the game that you play? Online, right?
I said it.
All right. All right, yeah, well, you're not old enough to go to bar trivia, so I guess that's good. Garrett Manuel is a junior. He likes to fish, plays on the baseball team. What position?
First base.
First base. A lot of action there. And how's your hitting?
Pretty good.
All right, excellent. All right. Zeb Tipton is the team captain. He's a hunter and got 5th place out of 300 in engineering day. What was your project?
We did this egg drop competition, and my design, it was pretty simple. It was a box of, it was made out of egg crate foam, and you cut it in half, gouge out a part, and then put dowels on it to support it, and then tape around it.
Good, all right. Good. Egg drop competitions are very fascinating. Well done. All right. Will Ray is a junior with Unicoi County, junior class president and vice president of the media club. So I'm a media fan, obviously, myself. What does the media club do at Unicoi?
We run the school website, and we're trying to branch out into doing like live streaming the football games and other sporting events.
I wish I could say I ran the school website in high school, but they hadn't thought of it yet. So. The alternates for Unicoi are Megan Buskey, Javier Castellan, Jordan Bridges, and Danielle Jones. Their coach is Ruth Jackson. So good luck to is that Javier with the funny wave? Or who is that? All right.
That's our coach.
All right. Oh, very good. Now moving on to the game. You know how it's played. Toss-up questions are worth 10 points, and bonus questions are worth up to 20, depending on how they're phrased. Get your fingers on the buzzers, players. We're starting this game of Scholars Bowl with a science question. Which greenhouse gas has the formula CO2? Will, Unicoi.
Carbon dioxide.
Is right. And a bonus question in geography for Unicoi. I'll name a city for 10 points each. You're going to give me the name of the major river that flows through that city. First, Louisville, Kentucky.
Ohio River.
Is correct for 10. Nashville, Tennessee.
Cumberland River.
Also correct. So that's 20 points for Unicoi as we get started. Geography toss-up for you. Which river flows through the Grand Canyon? Garrett, Unicoi.
Rio Grande.
Not the Rio Grande. Science Hill, Silas.
Colorado River.
Colorado River is correct. So now a bonus for Science Hill. It's miscellaneous, two-parter. For 10 points, who is attributed to have said the quote, "There's a sucker born every minute"?
Barnum.
Yes, Barnum is right for 10 points. And for 10 more points, what was the name of his entertainment venue? Answer?
The Ringling Circus.
Yeah, I mean, really, he's a famous circus master from Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. Yes, so that's we'll take it. All right, math is the next category. What is the slope of the line with linear equation 2x plus 3y equals 10? Silas.
-1.
Not it. Chance to steal, Unicoi. Zeb.
-2/3.
Yes, that's right. So 10 points on that for Unicoi and a bonus in astronomy for you. For 10 points each, answer these questions about nebulas. First, in which constellation would you find the Crab Nebula? Answer?
Ursa Major.
No, Taurus is where that one is. Second, in which constellation would you find the Ring Nebula?
Don't just take some Orion.
Answer?
Orion.
No, that one's Lyra, so no points on the bonus, but at least you did guess something. Another astronomy question, this time it's a toss-up. What is the largest space telescope orbiting the Earth, Zeb?
Hubble telescope.
Yes, the Hubble Space Telescope is right. And now a bonus for you in government for 20 points. Name the town and state in which the first representative assembly was held in the New World.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Go with it.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Now, as before that, it was Jamestown, Virginia. All right, no points on the bonus. Toss-up in geology. What kind of rocks make up the deep ocean floor? Zeb, Unicoi.
Igneous rocks.
Yes, igneous is right. And now a bonus for Unicoi. It's a visual art bonus. Take a look at the painting that we're displaying. For 10 points each, I need the name of the artist and the name of the work. Name the artist and the work, 10 points each.
Da Vinci, Rembrandt. What do you want to guess? Let's go. Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Zeb, go ahead.
Da Vinci.
It's not Da Vinci. Do you know the name of the work by any chance? It's Vincent van Gogh, and the Potato Eaters is the name of the work, so no points. Miscellaneous toss-up for you. In what film did Whoopi Goldberg play a nun? Garrett, Unicoi.
Sister Act.
Yes, and Sister Act 2 also would have been acceptable. So bonus now for Unicoi County in geology, 2 parts. For 10 points, name the layer of atmosphere most associated with the following activities. First, the layer of atmosphere which contains 99% of the water vapor in the atmosphere. Answer?
Ozone layer.
No, troposphere is the answer there. Second, the layer next to troposphere would be what?
Stratosphere.
Stratosphere.
Yes, so you do get 10 points on there. All right, back to toss-ups. It's a chemistry question for you. What is formed when more than 2 amino acids bond together? Sorry, Will. Unicorn.
Protein.
Not protein. What is formed when more than 2 amino acids bond together? Science Hill, chance to steal. Charlotte.
Polypeptide.
Yes, it is a polypeptide. And now a bonus question for Science Hill in current events. Last July, 20 attorneys general wrote to President Trump to urge him to keep the DACA program running. The Attorney General of Tennessee and 8 others urged him to end the program. What is the focus of DACA, D-A-C-A? The Attorney General of Tennessee withdrew his objection after Hurricane Harvey.
It's about children who come with immigrant parents to the United States.
Yeah, that's it, yes. Deferred action for childhood arrivals, exactly right. People brought to the U.S. illegally as children by their parents, exactly right. Okay, so 20 points for you on that. Next, toss-up is in literature. What were Jason and the crew of Argo in search of? Rose, Science Hill.
The Golden Fleece.
Yes, for 10 points, and a bonus in chemistry for Science Hill. In each element, there are electron configurations called shells. For 10 points, what's the maximum amount of electrons that can be housed in the first shell? This is a bonus for Science Hill.
2.
2 is correct. Second half of the question. For 10 more points, what's the maximum amount of electrons to be housed in the second shell?
8.
8 is right, yes. So 2 and 8 are the correct answers. So it's 20 points for you. Here's a math toss-up. If you're tripling a recipe, which calls for 1.5 cups of flour, how much flour do you use? Silas, Science Hill.
4.5 cups.
Yes, 4.5 cups is correct. And a math bonus question. Find the two prime numbers between 68 and 75.
71 and 73.
Yes, and those are worth 10 points each. That's 20 points for the whole thing. Here we go. In religion, what are the members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints called? Silas.
Mormons.
Yes, those are known as Mormons, right. And a bonus in music for Science Hill. Who was the East Tennessee performer voted the winner of The Voice in 2017? Answer?
Smith.
No. Chris Blue was the winner. Who was the Southeastern Kentucky performer voted the winner of The Voice back in 2015?
Billy.
No, that was Smith. Jordan Smith was the winner back then. In literature, a toss-up. Which Shakespearean title character orders the murder of his two nephews? Will, Unicoi.
Macbeth?
Not Macbeth. Chance to steal, Science Hill. Shakespearean. Charlotte.
Hamlet.
No, that title character was Richard III. So no points there. Music toss-up for you. Name the composer of the Moonlight Sonata. Sunny.
Beethoven.
Yes, it is. And that's a bonus now for you. It's a spelling bonus. For 10 points each, spell the following H words. First, hierarchy.
Okay. Hierarchy.
Correct, for 10 points. Secondly, hedonism.
Hedonism.
That's also correct. I don't know who's picking the words, but you got 20 points. Next is a government toss-up. What is the fewest number of electoral votes that a state can have? Will, Unicoi.
3.
3 is right. Now a bonus for Unicoi. It's an English category. 10 points each. Identify these words beginning with the letters EX. First, to clear of all blame.
Exempt.
No, exonerate is that word, to clear of blame. Secondly, an adjective meaning clearly and concisely stated or forthright. Answer?
Exuberate.
I don't know.
No, time's up. Explicit would be that description. So no points on that bonus, but we're back to toss-ups. Art and architecture. Which French goldsmith became famous for his jeweled eggs? Zeb, Unicoi.
Cadbury.
Not Cadbury, but Science Hill, a chance to steal. You're making me hungry, Zeb. No, that's Fabergé, Peter Fabergé. In physics, if a pitch vibrates at 440 cycles, the octave above that would vibrate at how many cycles? Charlotte, Science Hill.
480.
Not correct. If Unicoi can steal above 440, the octave above 440 cycles. No, time's up. 880, and no conferring on toss-ups, remember, guys. All right, in economics, a toss-up here. Which company is the largest producer of motorcycles in the United States? Silas.
Harley Davidson.
Is right, 10 points, and a bonus for you in sports. In which city is the Sugar Bowl played? Answer?
Boston.
No, sorry, that's New Orleans. In which city is the Fiesta Bowl played? Answer?
Houston.
No, that one's in Tempe, Arizona, so no points on that one. Next is a literature toss-up. Who is the author of Heart of Darkness? Silas, Science Hill.
Dickens.
Not Dickens, a chance to steal, Unicoi County. Will.
Robert Frost.
No, it's not Robert Frost. It's Joseph Conrad is the answer. As we get to the end of the first half, Science Hill has a lead over Unicoi for right now. We'll find out what happens coming up in the second half of play. Stick around, and thanks for watching East Tennessee PBS Scholars Bowl 2018.
This year's Scholars Bowl is a single elimination tournament featuring 58 high school teams in our viewing area. Be sure to join us every weekday at this time for the remainder of the tournament. This year's second place team will receive a $500 stipend. The coach of the second place team will receive a $200 stipend. The winning team in this year's Scholars Bowl will receive the Frank Miller Memorial Trophy. In addition, the championship team will receive a $1,000 stipend. The coach of the championship team will receive a $300 stipend. The judges for this year's Scholars Bowl are Dr. Carlin Cahill, retired humanities professor; James Deed, Department of Entomology and Plant Pathology, University of Tennessee; Jerry Doherty, former school registrar; Paul Simmons, senior systems analyst. Our scorekeeper is Rebecca Longmire, retired educator and former Scholars Bowl coach. Our timekeeper is Sarah Mueller, retired educator and former Scholars Bowl coach. Our research consultants and contributors are Brenda Carnes, Gwen Blair, Anna Marie Hughes, and Stan Hillard. East Tennessee PBS would like to thank its staff and the many other volunteers who make this educational program possible. If you would like to enter your high school in next year's Scholars Bowl, or for more information or comments on this year's tournament, please write to the address shown on the screen.
You're watching East Tennessee PBS Scholars Bowl 2018. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy. We're halfway through a second-round game between Science Hill High School and Unicoi County High School. And at halftime, Unicoi County did make one substitution, and we welcome Megan Buskey to the game for Unicoi. Welcome, Megan. Happy to have you. Good luck in the competition. You all remember what we're doing. We're going to go right back to the game with a toss-up worth 10 points, so get your fingers on the buzzer, because the score right now is Science Hill 170, Unicoi 90. Biology is the first category. Herbivores eat chiefly what type of food? Silas, Science Hill.
Plants.
Plants is right. Now a bonus for Science Hill in government. We're used to seeing specific letter combinations without necessarily thinking about what they represent. For 10 points each, give two of the three words that the federal government trio of letters HUD stands for. Answer?
Unidentified device.
No, HUD is Housing and Urban Development. So no points on that. All right, now a toss-up in chemistry. Which life-supporting gas and chemical element makes up 20%? I see Zeb, Unicoi.
Oxygen.
Oxygen of the air's volume, right. And a bonus now for you also in science. What temperature on the Fahrenheit scale is the same as minus 40 degrees Celsius?
0.
No, it's actually minus 40 Fahrenheit. It's the same on both scales, so no points. Math. Name the two factors of x squared minus 5. I see Zeb, Unicoi.
X plus 5, x minus 5.
Those are both correct, so that's 10 points on the toss-up and a miscellaneous bonus for Unicoi. Given the acronym for this major international organization, identify the words of the letters for 10 points each. The letters are EU.
European Union.
Right, so that's 20 points then for Unicoi. Here's a health toss-up. What is the organ that is considered an endocrine organ, even though it's part of the brain itself? Garrett, Unicoi.
Thalamus.
No, not it. Science Hill, a chance to steal. Sonny.
The pituitary gland.
No, Garrett was closer. It was the hypothalamus. You didn't get the whole word. All right, presidents is the next toss-up. Which U.S. president was sworn into office in a Vermont farmhouse by the light of a kerosene lamp? Garrett, Unicoi.
Johnson.
Not Johnson. Science Hill, you can steal. Sonny?
Jackson.
No, it was Calvin Coolidge, is that one. All right, in literature, the novel The Pickwick Papers was the first novel of many from which famous classic Rose?
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens is right. Which British author? Yes. Bonus question for Science Hill. It's miscellaneous. 10 points each. Who said the following quotes? Nothing is certain but death and taxes. Answer?
Cunard.
No, that was attributed to Benjamin Franklin. Secondly, who's attributed to this one? Am I my brother's keeper?
Cain.
Yes, Cain, not the wrestler, but the Old Testament figure. All right, so that's 10 points. In health, next toss-up. How many bones are found in an adult? That's Garrett.
206.
Say it again?
206.
206 is right, an adult human skeleton. And now a bonus in music for you, 10 points each, 2 parts. Who composed the following German operas? First, Don Giovanni. Zeb, take an answer.
Sebastian Bach.
No, it's not. It's Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Secondly, who composed The Flying Dutchman?
Mozart. Just do Mozart. I mean,
Mozart.
No, that one is Richard Wagner. So no points on that one. All right, now back to toss-ups in biology. What is the ability of certain animals to replace body parts that are lost by injury, Zeb?
Regeneration.
Yes, regeneration is 10 points for you, and now a bonus in sociology for Unicoi. For 10 points each, identify the following divisions of sociological study. First, study of size, composition, age, distribution, and other characteristics of a human population.
just go with it.
Census.
No, demographics is that study. Next, the study of criminal behavior and causes of crime.
Criminal justice.
Not exact. No, I'm sorry. The study of that behavior would be criminology. Criminal justice might use criminology, but no. All right. So next is a language toss-up. Ex post facto is a Latin phrase. Garrett, Unicoi.
After the fact.
Retroactive or going back. Yes, ex post facto. So 10 points there, and now a bonus for Unicoi in math. The area of a square is 72 square meters. For 10 points each, find the length of a side of the square and the length of a diagonal. Use simplified radical form when necessary. Answer, please, Zeb.
I don't know.
Nothing? Mm-hmm. The side length would be 6 radical 2, and the diagonal would be 12. So no answer on that one. All right. Next is a geography toss-up. What imaginary line through the Pacific Ocean marks the spot? Garrett. Science Hill, get the whole question. What imaginary line through the Pacific Ocean marks the spot where each new calendar day begins? Silas.
International date line.
Is right. 10 points and a bonus for Science Hill. It's language. For 10 points each, identify the word beginnings with the letters H-O-M, home, that is associated with the following descriptions. First, words that are spelled and pronounced alike but have different meanings.
Homonym.
Correct. Secondly, a type of mixture uniform in composition throughout. Answer?
Homogeneous.
Yes, homogeneous is right. So that's 20 points for you there. Next is math. What is the title of the book of geometry that the ancient Greek mathematician Euclid created? I see Will.
Mathematica?
That's not the book I'm looking for. What do you got, Science Hill, that Euclid created? The Elements is the name. Geography toss-up. Into which river does the Tennessee River empty, Will?
The Ohio River.
Correct. And now a bonus in literature for Unicoi County. 2 parts for 10 points each. Identify the famous poem and its author that begins with the first line, "Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary."
The Raven and Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes and yes, 20 points for Unicoi. Very good. Spelling toss-up. A carburetor is part of an automobile motor. Spell carburetor, Silas.
C-A-R-B-U-R-E-T-O-R.
Is correct, so 10 points there on carburetor. A biology bonus for Science Hill. Identify the young of the following 2 animals. First, sheep.
Lamb.
Correct. Secondly, cow.
Calf.
Calf, all right. We can use that on Pre-Scholars Bowl too, I think. All right, in music, toss-up. What famous musician was known as the King? He died shortly after releasing his album. Garrett from Unicoi.
Elvis Presley.
Yes, 10 points there, and a bonus for you in literature for 10 points each. Identify the character that drives the car that kills Myrtle and the character that takes blame for the incident in literature.
Just guess. Will, whatever you're feeling.
Robert Frost.
Yeah, Robert Frost.
No, Daisy drives the car. Jay Gatsby, as in the Great Gatsby, takes the blame. Here's a miscellaneous toss-up for you. Of what crime was Al Capone finally convicted? Silas.
Tax fraud.
The judges are just checking on that one to make sure. Yes? Yes, tax evasion is what the same. They'll take tax fraud. Okay. Next is a bonus then for Science Hill in chemistry. There are 5 alkali metals. If I give you lithium and cesium, name 2 of the other 3 alkali metals for 10 points each. Answer.
Sodium and beryllium.
Sodium is worth 10 points for you, but potassium and rubidium are the other two. So I'll give you 10 points for sodium. All right, now a math toss-up. What is 14 squared? Silas, Science Hill.
196.
Is correct. So 10 points there. And now a current events bonus question for Science Hill. Last July, Robert Mueller, the FBI's special counsel, moved forward in the investigation of Russia's interference in U.S. elections. He impaneled a legal body empowered to conduct official proceedings and investigate potential criminal conduct and determine whether criminal charges should be brought. What is a panel of this nature called?
Panel of investigation.
It's called a grand jury, so no points on it. All right, now in health, the toss-up. What muscle do singers rely on for breath support? That's Garrett, Unicoi.
Diaphragm.
Diaphragm is correct. And now a bonus for Unicoi in geology. For 10 points each, name 2 of the 3 most plentiful elements in the Earth's crust.
Carbon, nitrogen, carbon, nitrogen.
Carbon and nitrogen.
Now in the crust, it would be oxygen, silicon, and aluminum. So not there. All right, now art and architecture toss-up. The waters of what river are backed up by the Grand Coulee Dam, which is the largest concrete structure in the United States? Megan.
The Hoover Dam?
Not the Hoover Dam. What river is backed up by the Grand Coulee Dam, Science Hill? Charlotte.
Hudson?
No, it's the Columbia River up in Washington, Oregon. All right, and then in government, a toss-up. I think we're out of time for the game because, yes, we are. And sorry I couldn't get in one more question. It looks like Science Hill has held on to win. Unicoi to make a good, strong comeback. And thank you guys for Unicoi for competing. We look forward to seeing you next year on Scholars Bowl. Science Hill, congratulations. You move on to round 3. And we do thank you for watching each weeknight at this time. Exciting action on East Tennessee PBS Scholars Bowl 2018. My name is Frank Murphy, and we'll see you next time.
East Tennessee PBS Scholars Bowl has been brought to you by Mississippi State Community College, Pet Safe, with help from Knox News, and by viewers like you. Thank you.